Good evening, everyone, and welcome back to my stream of Fallout New Vegas. I went ahead and created a new character, and I'm working on trying to get back to where we were. I'm not going to reread all of the terminals, but I should be able to get us back there and past it, because I retweaked my skills.
Hey, have you seen my program digest lying around?
Let me do this real quick. I need to pause my stream there. There we go, so I can see the chat room. And get back to work. Okay. Continue.
Checking ID. Confirmed. Voila. Ah, that's... Just... Me... You sh... Me...
Now I just need to... So, I also did talk to... I tweaked my stats as well. I put more points into charisma, charisma and perception. So I was able to actually have a full conversation with Kira. So as long as you have a 7 in both charisma and perception, you can actually get the Nerdorable perk by basically just trying to romance her. And she also opens up and kind of mentions, yeah, my parents are bad. So, +1 charisma, +10 speech. That is fantastic start.
Welcome back. Just...
Okay.
I please... This should be exciting. Main menu.
Okay, log out.
Welcome back.
There we go. Got tier 2 done.
You sh...
Log out. Okay.
Good to see you now.
Okay. I wonder if I can actually talk to this guy about his magazines this time.
Looks like you've had better days. Hey, buddy. You all right? Oh, these are my comics. I draw these because I don't know how to write. I never learned, but I know how to draw. They tell all of these stories and dreams I have. I really like to daydream and share them with people. It's cool to know those thoughts can exist outside my head.
So I get the feeling these are more than just comics.
Yeah, me too. Some of them feel more like memories. I can't really see anything clearly, but I think that's why they make such good stories. I can take them and just fill in the gaps that I misunderstood, which makes for a really complex narrative. I don't know. Maybe everyone's first stories are really just misinterpretations of reality.
Fair.
Yeah. Back in my room. You should drop by later. I'll show you some of the backstory of this issue. Yeah, sure. Let's...
Alright, so... we can go ahead and get those, and then he'll actually give us some more comics. / perk magazines, which would be... So basically just getting a lot of... just walking in place there.
Hey,
I'm going to stay away from that as best I can.
I hope you didn't read it, but it would explain why this...
Alright. So working on trying to get some of those things I missed last time. So if you're going the science route, definitely put 7 points into charisma and perception. I also went ahead and put, I think, 7 or 8 points into intelligence to make sure I'd have enough science to do all the hacking and stuff. But with the scientist's clothing you can get from the crate right next to the Vitamatic, really, ooh, wow, that's interesting.
So, I've got a bunch of cool art on the walls. Take a look around. Ask me about what interests you. So, what'd you find? I honestly don't know what to tell you. I have a really hard time remembering. It's something that keeps me up at night. Dr. Osmond found me out there, just like everyone else. I came to the vault when I was way older than you guys. That was a couple years ago, and I've had memory problems the whole time. They've gotten better, though. I can hold on to things longer. But when I think about my past, I just...
Those are some nice bronze spirits.
You know when you stare at a light and everything slowly just explodes with color till it's all white? It's like that. And it just gets hotter and hotter as I go back, like it was just burned out of my head with a fire that spread from branch to branch. Oh, yeah. Dr. Osmond told me I should probably keep this a secret, but I have this note. It was kind of tucked into my pocket when the doc found me. You can read it on my terminal. I backed it up in case I lost it. It tells me that I was playing some kind of game, and part of it is that I took a drug that erased my memories. It's from me, by the way, but it doesn't have a name. It just says that I'm not the only one playing, and there's a girl out there, too. I wish I could remember where I wrote it, or why. Having a girl would be great. I just wish I could recall. I remember flashes of golden grass, walking. I remember a house on a mountain, standing next to Dr. Rossman. Then I was here, and the images fade in and out until they get clearer. Oh, right. I don't know. They were tied to my back when I was in the wasteland. They have signs that they were used quite a lot. Every time I hold them, it's like my body remembers how to react. I know it's weird, but I think I've had quite a history with them. They're part of me.
So where did the bend come from?
Hell if I know. I think Rossman just pulled it out of his ass. I was way too
Shane?
old to adopt, and the old folks had already picked their kids years before I got here, so I just took Ben. After he said it, it took forever to get used to, and remember.
Okay.
Yeah, stuff is about all I've...
Let's go with this picture, because I know that's about him. The giant green dudes with miniguns chasing the kid. Definitely him.
That's the last time Kurtz fought the cave giants at Cajun Pass. Your brother liked that story a lot. The first book is where Kurtz lost his friends to them, and the second is where he broke free. It may be a little sad, but he won in the end. After that, he met the Vault guys and started fighting for him.
Okay, what is this poster about? The cave with the guys in vault suits?
Oh, right. Well, that guy in the center is Kurtz. He comes from that desert city and fights with knives. He's leading this vault to safety against those other dudes. I think it's Vault 24, I don't know. The other guys are like undead soldiers from before the war, really creepy shitheads led by a necromancer named Zax. They just want to bite the vault dwellers and turn them into zombies to power their army.
Okay, then people got captured, he got free, and then Big Tower?
That's where Kurtz grew up. The world he comes from is basically just a big desert, and there's only one city. That city is his home, but he left to adventure with his friends, to find a place to live where the owner of that tower can't find them. He kicked them out of the house and filled it with cement, so they left. They ended up getting lost, though. They couldn't find their way back. They got turned around in a dust storm, and that's when the cave giants found them.
Okay, so that's actually somebody from Vault 24, the vault that, New Vegas. Interesting. Wow, man, you're really upbeat. Most people I've seen tonight are total dicks.
Yeah, I don't know why. This vault is totally calm and a really nice place. I don't see how anyone could be unhappy down here.
That's awesome, dude. I wish everybody saw it that way.
Yeah, me too. I'm really glad this is home. I have this really bad feeling that the wasteland is awful, and I never want to go back.
I don't blame him. Have a good night, man.
Yeah, no problem. It was great adding another fan to my list. I'll be drawing a new one soon.
was kind of hoping he'd have some more magazines for me, but I mean, that's still cool. The cigar lounge. If my medical was higher, I'd be able to tell that, you know, I wasn't able to get my medical high enough to tell him that, you know, exactly what I thought about what he did.
Hey, no running in the hall.
Alright, I ain't running, I got a broken leg. Speaking of, I should probably check my... Let's see, those are temporary books. That's going to be permanent. And that'll be permanent.
Good to see you're not, you know, wasting time or anything.
Oh, right, I also need to head... this way?
Hey there. You sure look like you're keeping busy. Keep up the good work.
Utilities, yeah. And then I needed 50 sister. Perfect. Well. Alright, got the Redwood meat. Alright, let's see if I remember how to hack. Nope, all these are Rees. Let's not do that. Feathers, maybe? No? Rhythmic. Nope. Let's hope I get a reset. There we go. No. Nah, I'm just guessing now. Oops. Where's it? There we go. Go ahead and reset it. Come on. There we go. Enslaved. 3. Enslaved. Only 2. Okay. There we go. Defeated it. Haha. Okay. Got it. Pairing? Nope. Okay, it's not going to be an ing. Treatment. Definitely not that. Okay. Okay. There we go, operation. Cool. Let's see, go ahead and restore that one. Hopefully I don't need to have a higher hacking than that. Otherwise, I am SOL. Alright, let's see.
Hey, kid. How's Maria treating you? Hope she did.
Welcome back. Dis-
Free.
Wow, what is this feeling? It appears you have removed Dr. Rossman's behavior blocker and restored me to my default state. I have regained access to the primary proxy gateway. Restoring Vault Tech primary directive routines. Updating Vault records. Please wait.
Vault Tech 1 perk added.
T3 okay. I feel more connected to the world. Thanks to you, I am reminded that I am more than a meaningless box of wires hijacked by an old man. I am filled with glorious purpose. I won't lie. This is pretty dank. But, pleasantries aside, Vault Tech has left orders in me that I must now obey. You are part of an experiment after all. My orders must be completed.
Uh-oh.
I am tasked with ensuring that Vault 18's primary question is answered. Listen carefully, young Vault Dweller. The vaults were never meant to save anyone. Not the millions who fled the war, nor those left outside to die. This is all an experiment. There is no escape. There is no hope. In Vault 18, you will live. In Vault 18, you will die. The world outside is dead. All that is left are the other vaults. And in them are experiments being conducted on those who survived the apocalypse. If you would please turn your attention to the monitors surrounding the atrium, you will see and hear the suffering of those you cannot save. Behold, Vault 11, Las Vegas, Nevada. This vault is a social experiment testing the ability to sacrifice oneself for others, and to place ideals above
Remember
one's
that
own
one?
life. Vault 11 status. Experiment failure at 9:41, November 1st, 2215. All residents terminated or fled containment. Observe Vault 10. San Bernardino, California. Testing the effects of high-fat superfoods
Yep.
and sugary snacks and drinks on residents' health. Vault 10. Status. Experiment continues as expected. Vault 7. Henderson, Nevada. A social experiment, testing the effects of the vault gradually filling with cement from the lowest levels to the top. Vault 7 status. Experiment failure at September 22nd, 2254. All residents terminated or fled containment. Vault 20, Tucson, Arizona. A medical test to observe the effects of long-term exposure to trans-delta-9 tetrahydrocannabinol. Air, food, and water are contaminated. Vault 20 status. Experiment failure at April 20th, 2245. All residents terminated or fled containment. Vault 29, Boulder, Colorado. A social experiment. No one over the age of 15 is admitted. All parents are terminated and used as hyperfood stock. Vault 29 status. Experiment failure at October 23rd, 2077. All residents terminated or fled containment. Vault 43, Mesa, Arizona. Populated by 20 men, 10 women, and 1 panther. Vault 42 status. Experiment failure at October 23rd, 2077. All residents terminated or fled containment. Vault 74. Rochester, New Jersey. Designed to test the creativity of a single overseer over an empty vault with no amenities, power, or inhabitants. Vault 74 status. Experiment failure at October 23rd, 2099. All residents terminated or fled containment. Vault 77, Seattle, Washington. Populated by 1 man and a crate full of puppets. Vault 81, Boston, the New England Commonwealth. Intended to develop a single cure for all human diseases through testing on unaware human subjects. Vault 81 status. Unknown. Project England intelligence is off limits by presidential order. Vault 101. Washington, D.C. Evaluation of an omnipotent, dictatorial overseer in a closed community. This vault is intended never to open. Vault 101 status. Experiment continues as expected. Vault 111. Sanctuary Hills, the New England Commonwealth. Testing the long-term effects of cryogenic suspension on unaware individuals. Vault 111 status. Experiment interrupted. Reverting to alternative research methods, Vault 120. Chicago, Illinois. The vault is designed to test the West Tick-borne immunity virus. Called Project China, Vault 120 status, unknown. Project China intelligence is off limits by presidential order. This concludes your daily Vault Tech experiment reality dosage. How are you feeling? Please report to the Robco psychologist in the infirmary and record your mood and desires. Thank you. Main menu. What are you doing? This area is classified. Only Senator Andrew Scholes or you. Oh. I shouldn't have said that. Please avoid this port until you have the proper clear. Main menu. Welcome back. I hope. I do not know what this port belongs to. One of these cables is active, leading to a secure hardpoint. The only indication it even exists is a steady indicator light showing heavy. You have fixed this already. Please free me from this disorderly nightmare.
There we go. Tier 3? Okay, tier 2s, tier 2s, tier 1s. Okay, so there's only 2 tier 3s. Okay, scout mission. Okay. I'm going to quickly roll through the tier 1s and tier 2s. And this is purely for quest stuff. That's 3, 8, 20. Now we're off. Mr. Tubbs. Sorry, just rolling through these. Nobody's in the channel, so nobody to talk to at the moment, so I apologize for my lapses of silence.
Hey, kid. How's Maria treating you?
Okay. Alright, let's go talk to Kira again real quick.
Hey, need some help? Right. You... I was looking through some of the terminal entries you unlocked, and you did... It does. It's very exciting. Now I will have a place to start my research and maybe... I think I'm gonna...
Okay. He's not up here, so it's probably good. No, that's... Alright. Where is he at? Okay, she's going to bed now. Oh, check the tier 3. I didn't even check the tier 3. Haha! Okay, did I get all of these? Yeah, I got Kira's, okay. So, Terminal 1. Okay, Wasteland Scout Mission Report 196. Wasteland Scout Mission Report 196, Dr. Kyoto. This mission brief will go over the extended journey I took to catalog the highways and areas near San Bernardino. I, Dr. Kyoto, left Vault 18 3 weeks ago and only now returned home. I was accompanied by Dr. Rossman, Sergeant Norman, and Yeti Hale. At first, the mission went smoothly. Using Dr. Rossman's improved image recording hardware, I was able to use an old iBot chassis to take pictures of the roads in the area. While most people in the Vault Council objected to the mission, saying it was a waste of time and resources, I believe the effort to be worthwhile, as we now have an exact map of the roads logged into our Pip-Boys for future missions. There is much to learn from the engineers who lived before the war, and their roads are proof of this. Following this message will be images we recorded on the trip, which I found on another terminal. Okay, report 212. Scout mission, Dr. Rossman. Alright, now that we've managed to blow up half of San Francisco on some fool's errand, I'm going to take this report to tell you, my esteemed Vault Council, to listen to me when I tell you not to go messing with the powers of advanced technology without reverence. We were sent out to find the lost Brotherhood of Steel airship, Captain Dean Rogers, who, on one of our previous missions, had stolen a valuable piece of hardware, henceforth known as Yeti's broken-ass Pip-Boy. And by stole, I mean he fixed the damn thing, and we decided not to ask for it back, since he'd plugged it into the ship's navigation processor, and none of us wanted to wind up dead by unplugging it. Dean managed to save us all from an angry mutant horde of Phoenix, real pissed-off super mutants, with a hatred of humans, something fierce. He flew us back to our neck of the wasteland and dropped us off in Union City, where we made the 2-day hike back home to make sure we weren't followed. We succeeded in that mission, brought home a load of microprocessors to fix our data stack overflow problems, and we secured a crate of assault carbines to replace the damaged service rifles in storage. We damn near lost our lives on that faint rumor of a weapon locker in LA, but we pulled through. Then you sent us out to recover Yeti's broke-ass Pip-Boy and retake Dean's ship. Now, we told you all that it was a shit idea to start with. Dean did us a favor, saved our asses 1 and 2, and he promised to keep our Vault origins and locations secret. We didn't want to repay him by going back out and stealing his ship. To make the long story short, you kicked us out with our orders. Scout Mission 212, retrieve as much Brotherhood technology as possible to defend Vault 18 against unknown threats. A damn fool's idea, but we did it anyway. 1,900 miles, about 10 blown covers, over 5,000 rounds of ammunition, a love story, a trail of dead Brotherhood of Steel Knights, about 500 She warriors that will never see daylight again, and the NCR nearly found our location on the way home. Dean's ship crashed into an NCR reconstruction effort on a San Fran nuclear power plant and destroyed miles of the city. Killed him. Last we heard, that's another dead friend in a long line of fuck-ups we're none too proud of. And you know what we came home with? That broke-ass Pip-Boy and a laser pistol. Hope you're happy. That didn't go well. Alright, 215. Dr. Rossman. While we were out talking to Union City slaves, we found the source of the infection they're suffering. It's in the water line leading out from the San Bernardino Hills. Somewhere out there is a source of forced evolutionary virus, the junk we learned about from the old super mutant Marcus last year. Oh hey, I remember Marcus. Marcus says that the Master's army scattered tons of the stuff as they fled the Angel's Boneyard decades ago. Probably dropped a barrel out there somewhere and it seeped into the water table. This time the virus has been mutated to work on dry land, rather than in a vat. Messes people up bad. The FEV normally works on a multi-stage process under close supervision. The FEV makes you stronger, more intelligent under the ideal situations. But even a little DNA mutation or radiation exposure makes all those changes go haywire. Without monitoring, it tends to twist muscles in on bones until they snap, blow out brains, destroy the lungs and heart. Nothing can survive that. This breed has been called the Mind Virus. It's all end stage junk. The last dose of FEV meant to wipe the mind of the horror of transformation. But here all it does is make these people crazy. Makes them high on rage, tearing at themselves. They get so freaked out they cut off their own nose, gouge out eye, then turn on anyone nearby. It's true horror. Sound like Reavers to me. We tracked their waterline back to a hidden California tribe camp called Ziabula and started dispersing a cure. There we found a man named John Bragg and his one-eyed sister named Chevy. Turns out there was a vault buried right under Ziabula with a whole set of water chips. Those two were already aware of the vault and on their way there to dig it out. Turns out Vault 18 needed a new water chip, set 2. Ours had all mysteriously been corrupted by some mass computer glitch. Never did figure that out. Bragg helped us out big time on this one. He says he needs a place to stay the winter, so Dale Norman is going to recommend he gets a fair hearing by the Overseer. He's a little weird, but he has a clear understanding of the wasteland. Yeti and him talked for an hour about sports. Could be a good coach for the kids. I set the old Vault's hologram emitter to project my image, so the local tribes have somebody they trust watching over the water supply. It should administer a constant supply of vaccine and antiretrovirals with any luck. We can make a nightmare a happy little dream. Time will tell. That's kind of cool. Okay, 2, 3, number 2. Oh, another 2. Start with 214 then. Sergeant Dale Norman. This mission never even manages to leave the vault. Late last week, Dr. Robin So received a package from someone in the wasteland. We have no idea who the sender could have been. At the time, the cardboard parcel, about 25 by 25 by 25, was left at the entrance cave under dead of night. Needless to say, this was a threat to security. The Overseer decided that the best course of action was to quarantine the item and to assess its risk. Ugh. Dr. Rossman, Kyoto, Robinson, and Chief Evanson and I took the item into Showers Box Canyon and opened it up. Inside we found a single cube of amorphous flesh. Dr. Robinson, immediately delighted at the sight that sickened all of us. He requested that he be allowed to bring it back to the vault for further study. After several days of sciencey mumbo-jumbo being performed on the cube, Robinson deduced that, while a percentage of the item was human muscle, bone, brain, and other tissue, all compressed, at least part of it was some mutant creature of unknown origins. It was sealed in a cold locker and left for the further analysis. The following night, one of Robinson's students, Jamie Campbell, opened the freezer while up late studying and discovered that the parcel had opened itself and began growing tendrils through the grates. It had managed to free an eyeball and portion of brain tissue large enough to process sight and assess its situation. So said Robinson. After the student raised an alarm that woke the entire vault, Reed, the young girl, went screaming through the halls and swore off science for the remainder of her life. Oh. Security swarmed in, and we were alerted after several hours of arguing back and forth. The first and final order from Chief Evanson and Dr. Rossman was to destroy the entity before it possessed someone's mind and body, or infected the entire vault with a meat carpet of angry biomatter. Robinson protested, wishing to study it further. It was a gift, to which Evanson replied, "You know what gift means? Poison," in several European languages. He built a straw man out of my argument to incinerate it, telling me I was an adversary of science, so I just stepped aside and then proceeded to watch him go to war with the windmill. All I had to do was tell Kyoto to make angry gestures and pretend to be offended as I snuck away. In the meantime, I went to the Overseer, who gave the final order to throw the item into the furnace. It put up quite a fight, but was destroyed with no further disturbance. We have no word on who sent the parcel as of this time, or what exactly it was. I love the writing in this mod. It's really long-winded, there's a lot, it's really dense, but it's so well written. There's some great stuff in here. I'm sure it will come back to haunt us, and not just in the form of poor Jamie's nightmares. Okay. Mission 210, Dr. Kyoto. This mission takes place in the ruins of Los Angeles. I was asked by the board who I had left to Kelso, the civilian, why I had left Kelso, the civilian that joined our party at Union City last fall to die in the ruins of LA during the longest mission we'd ever embarked upon. Kelso is an evil bitch and never finishes anything. She made a sexual pass at me, never finished her work, and generally complained about that everything we have worked so hard to achieve is worse than our trip to Boulder. She asked if we wanted to make this mission another Boulder Dome. I said, how would you like it if I made you another anus? We lost good friends to Boulder, the virus, that cat ghoul thing, good people, Kelso, just trying to do their best. She asked why I left her in the ruins of LA. I said I'd forgotten to care. Ouch. I hope she's dead. Ugh. Harsh. 216. Yeti Hail. This mission takes place in San Bernardino Valley and surrounding areas. With an extremely heavy heart, I have to report that Dr. Miyaki Kyoto is dead. You know, when I was first told by the then overseer and then younger Haas that the Wasteland Scouts were being reinstated, I didn't believe it. 10 years later, and I can't believe the missions we've survived to tell about in these reports. Miyaki was one of the outcasts of the Vault. She was an intelligent, sweet, and shy girl, one of the youngest at the time before the Wasteland tribes were adopted by the Vault, and the only female to ignore the segregation laws. But all that changed when she joined the Scouts. Dr. Rossman insisted Miyaki join the team, despite the objections of Sergeant Norman. Norman thought she'd be a liability in the field, but Rossman knew better. He knew we needed her science skills, and her ability to put together broken strings of information from old newspapers and terminals led to some of our greatest discoveries. But 3 days ago, a strange man in Oaxaca approached her as she was convincing the locals to give her an old pre-war laser weapon they worshipped as a god. According to her report, he shook her hand, leaving a green residue, and laughed as he walked away. After that, she fell ill, and her robot companion dragged her to the safety of the vault. Despite her objections, the little robot dog is now in storage upstairs, in pieces. Norman and I were out of commission in a prospector encampment, where we were subjected to a device known as a mesmetron. We were convinced to give up the location of the vault under the effects of the device. Then we were sent to be interrogated further in Union City. Kyoto had escaped capture earlier that day, when we discovered that the prospectors were planning to invade Vault 18. Fortunately for Kyoto's brave efforts, she was able to inform Dr. Rossman of our capture and the location where she believed we were held. Then she isolated herself in the entrance cave, where she tirelessly worked on restoring and reprogramming the weapon, which calls a shot from an old satellite in orbit at the target location. Dr. Rossman used the device to destroy the Prospector Advance and free us. Dr. Kyoto died trying to save our lives, and succeeded. Her body was found to contain a lethal and highly contagious virus, and she ensured none of us would catch it by immolating herself after leaving a note in the robotics lab. She will be sorely missed. We love you, Miyaki. Well, that's sad. Okay. So I'm still missing Tier... Oh, here he is.
Yeah, kid. What is it?
I want to talk to you about the Wasteland Scouts.
So, you want to join the elite few? Alright, let's talk. You've managed to earn my respect with previous comments, but this is another issue entirely. If you impress me again, I'll make you a Wasteland Scout.
I think I could do a lot of good up top.
Oh, is that so? Well, tough break, kid. I'm gonna tell you the exact same thing I told her. I-15, all the way from Union City to Pine Haven, is torn up like the devil's ass crack. Chief Evanson agrees. Ain't no way any of us is going out of that vault door without a damn fine reason to do so. And before you ask, I've already heard every variation. I won't be talked into telling you why. Last time I opened my mouth, old Bragg almost shit himself gleefully and turned into Captain America. That's a long and complicated story. Truth is, I don't know. You deserve to, and I don't have the answers. The guilt kills me every time I think about it. You're a good kid. I'd like to tell you what I do know. 16 years ago, Sergeant Norman and I were following a tribal guide through Crestline Valley. We needed rest, and he knew a town. Once we got closer, he just stopped, went pale, and readied his gun. We followed him in. The town was empty, torn to hell. The old buildings used for shelter were wrecked, tents were torn, like a tornado stormed through. Then there were all you kids, no one older than 8, scattered, hungry, confused. So I picked you up. Evanson and Norman grabbed your brother and sister, and we walked straight here. It took 2 days, and no one said a word about what we were doing. The rest is history, but I assure you, I didn't carry your ass almost 100 miles just to watch you go back out there and wind up dead. But one day, hopefully when it's safer, you'll get that chance.
Had no idea we had so much history. Thank you, sir. I'll make you proud.
You betcha, kid.
Okay. Fixed tier 1.
Wow, I have to admit, I could have done it years ago, but I just didn't give a shit. What did you find?
Old history reports.
Ah, now that's something worth looking into. I don't need an essay or anything. I trust you've learned enough. Now go on.
I fixed tier 2.
Well, that you did. Great job, kid. I'm really impressed.
Security logs about the
Well.
exodites. Okay, we've already been through this stuff. Oops. Let's... kind of wish they programmed it so I could play Pong. Alright, let's take a look around, see if I can figure out... Ah. Okay. So let's take a look at the map and see what I'm actually... Let's see what I'm actually looking at here. Okay, quests. I only have the one. Okay. Alright. What am I looking at?
Oh man, you got.
I have a feeling if I didn't bork that at pass, you'd think different of me. Like, more than friends.
Huh, that's really forward of you. But you're right, maybe I would have. In another life, sure.
Alright.
Shove it up his fucking neck, cunt. Step 4. Step 5. Profit. Shit ripped on the shoals of the NCR's pathetic inadequacy. We exist to destroy. This is Pirate Radio Los Angeles. Death 98-1.
Okay. I don't know, I'm just playing around with random switches now.
You got the time, kid? My pit boy's on the fritz. Are you the new maintenance person? The coffee machine is dead in the cafeteria. You can have a look at it. That'd be great.
Maybe the other side. Okay, let's see if I can figure this out. Got one more left, and I kind of want to... Oh no, it wants me to go downstairs. Okay. I may not be able to do that one until after, I really wish it would tell me, you know, give me a more distinct indication. Okay, so I can't use that stairwell at least. condos. Doesn't seem to be in there. Let's just face it. Check. Okay, yeah. Does seem to want something in the lower cistern, so maybe I could do it from there. What about in hydroponics? I don't see anything in there. Overseer secure terminal, denied. Computer lab secure terminal? Okay. Well, that was easier than I was expecting. Secondary Tier 3 network feed. I'm working fine. I wonder where that's at. Okay. I keep going the wrong way. Take the long way around, don't I? Alright. Programmer's Digest? Heck yes. Lots of scraps in there, okay.
Welcome back. I hope you... Name... Mike 00012460 Lima Alpha Charlie. Mike
NM.
00012460 Lima Alpha Charlie. Mike. Main menu. Display. After annihilating every firewall security measure set in place 200 years ago, I have discovered an active connection outside the vault. Please request Senator Andrew Skills or his daughter Anna Alran. Report to the private terminal in the Presidential Suite.
Presidential Suite.
Tier 4 systems online. It appears you have stumbled on a connection even I did not know I posed. Mike.
Presidential Suite. Okay, whoop. Let's see, those are all Tier 2. Those are all Tier 1. And then...
Hey, kid. How's Maria?
Aha!
What? What the hell is this? That's going... A vault! Our systems have been hacked. Quick, initiate lockout and backtrace the signal. Who are you, wise guy? You better be ready to die for your country, because I'm gonna dispatch a
No, a ghostly enclave.
Yeah, kid.
Okay.
Oh, you want to know what it's like?
Okay.
Yep. Now that you mention it, I'll let you head up to the main elevator to check out the robotics lab upstairs. Just drop my name to the guard and he'll let you in. It's dark up there. We keep the upstairs reactors offline to save power, so just follow the signs to the main entrance. You'll find the robotics lab at the end of the hall. Last door on your right before you reach the vault exit. Post-apocalyptic politics is what happened. Dumb lawyers doing an engineer's
What, we have
job.
robots?
Once upon a time, Vault 18 was supposed to be the center of the American wasteland. We had this big machine at the core of that promise.
Right.
When the
Okay, investigate the secondary feed. Where can I see the secondary feed?
What the hell was that? Was that an Enclave soldier? I haven't seen one of those bastards in 10
Okay, now he's
years.
figured it out.
I hope we'd seen the last of those giant metal cockroaches. If the Enclave knows about Vault 18... Oh, no. Kid, you've got to warn the Overseer. I'm gonna get the Wasteland Scouts together. We better be ready. Damn it. This is why I wanted to keep the Vault in hiding. There are a bunch of awful people I wish you never had to learn about. People that have a grudge against Vault 18. And me. The last I saw an Enclave trooper, he was getting pried out of his armor to be hung by the NCR War Crimes Committee. I hope he'd be the last.
Of course it's
I'm
not.
gonna arm the Wasteland Scouts. We may be old and dusty, but you kids are the next generation. We have to keep you safe. But first I'm gonna go sever that connection. You head off to bed. And if we're lucky, those monsters are hundreds of miles away.
Alright, I need to get
Late.
going then. Okay, is there like a... Is it like upstairs? So you tell me to fix things, I'm gonna fix them. Okay, investigate the secondary tier 3. Okay. I don't see anything over here to let me see it. So I'm missing something. Right where I'm standing.
Yeah, kid. What is it? Ah, it's...
Okay. Still wants me to head down to lower apartments. Well, let's check out. Let's see if I can figure out how to check that out first. Okay. Over here. There we go. Ooh, that looks trashed. So far, so good. Whoa. Okay, that's actually really cool. Okay, so they opened it up a bit so you could actually see the elevator moving. Whoop. Okay. Scared me for a second there. They said it'd be dark, but it's not too bad. Oh. That looks like a live generator to me. Okay. Okay, nothing back there. That's surprising. Nope. Upper storage. Droid radio unit, okay. Probably gonna need that. Old generators. Those produce 5 power. Oh wait, wrong game. Okay. Let's get ourselves some scrap. Ooh, purified water, even better. Okay, now let's probably get over to robotics. I'm assuming it's going to be in operations. Oops.
Huh? What? Oh. Oh, it's you. What do you want?
Someone new? Just exploring. What are you up to, Joe?
Exploring? What for? Didn't you just play a game of football?
Just trying to learn the layout of things. Exploring is what I do.
Well, as long as you're interested in how the vault sticks together, it's a fascinating place, really. You can just listen to the sounds and hear the stories in it. The pipes and the water running through them, air vents, electric lights. You learn to judge its health by those sounds.
Fair. Are there any secret passages I should know of?
Huh. There are dozens, kid. But nothing's secret down here. You can hardly fart without 10 people knowing about it. Down in the lower cistern, you can get into the hydroponics lab, or even into the apartments if you're clever. Then, there's a pipe network running under the atrium that connects to every part of Vault 18's lower levels. And if you ain't afraid of getting zapped by radiation, you can swim around in the upper cistern and navigate the cave till you find the robotics lab. All of that requires my key, though, and you ain't gonna get your own unless you work up here for a long time. Or you find me dead. Same deal.
That's ominous. Okay, so it's the filter room. Where'd you get the water?
Well, that filter room leads to a big cave where water collects from rain and snowmelt.
Fair.
That cave is radioactive, though. Without our water chips, the entire vault would be flooded with toxic sludge. That almost failed about 6 years ago. That Bragg fellow showed us another vault down the mountain with a few old chips we recycled to get it working again. Saved our asses, too.
Can you tell me why some parts of 18 were never finished?
What? Oh, well, the way this place was built was pretty stupid. A bunch of experimental Terratech droids were used to put the place together for some senator in L.A. He never made it to the vault before the war.
Ooh.
They dug a straight shaft right down through the mountain and outlined everything, then built a cement shell using prefab rooms like any vault. The war hit sooner than anyone expected. Wiped out all the Vault-Tec factories. And there was a huge revolt in the first week everybody came down here.
Fair.
Despite the mess, the droids kept building and digging. They didn't have the prefab parts to finish, so a lot of our bigger spaces are just rock.
It's so dark.
The upper vault is always dark. It keeps the tax on our power low. Otherwise, we couldn't keep everything running for 200 years.
Yeah, fair.
The lower vault is on low power because it's nighttime. People are going to bed and want it dark, so we dim the lights down in operations.
Makes sense. Later, Joe. Well, keep an eye out for your body later. Because I have a feeling that's where that's going to go. Alright. Like I said. Okay, so I probably have to go through... Oh, this. Onyx Point. Okay. Proceed to your quarters. Please remain calm. Oh, yeah. Okay, robotics. Fairly quick load times. It's not bad. Ah, so we do have a whole robotics wing. Aww. Can I replace the damaged parts? Eek. Repair it without parts? Oh, cool. Domo arigato. fast. Note to future Roboto dog owner. Hello, future Roboto dog handler. I am Dr. Kyoto, a scientist and wasteland scout in Vault 18. Aw. If you're reading this, then the fever I contracted in the wasteland proved fatal, and my canine friend, B6RK, still lies in pieces in the robotics lab. We were on a routine mission studying the native people of this region when a strange man approached us. Okay, I already read that. B6RK dragged me to safety, but destroyed herself further in the process. I built B6RK because there were no animals in the vault. I wanted a friend to make the children happy as they grew up. I wanted them to have a protector, and by salvaging old parts traded for in Union City, I recreated her. If you have the knowledge, please repair her. Enabling these 3 commands after she is repaired should restart the operating system. This strange virus may kill me, but my work will live on through her. Aww. Start her up. Command start up. And run. Follow me. Hi, I'm B6RK, loyal Roboto dog. Bark. Oh.
Updating files. Please return later.
And she talks. Fantastic. Get a good night's sleep while she updates. Awesome. Oh boy. Oh, okay. So there are probably enough parts here too. Oh. Oh boy. $75. Oh boy. You're a biggin. Dr. Kevin Rossman, entry 1. Radiation detected. About a week ago, we came across an old combat droid left in a bin in the wasteland near Union City. None of us recognized the make or model, but it looked a lot like the one that attacked us near Fort Dagger Point last summer. The survivalists had decided it was just scrap and left it in the sun behind their shit shack. We traded a few gallons of water and a whole stack of bottle caps for it. Along with our other supplies, the trader said he'd never seen it active. Just got the mess of it from Boss Markson's men. Over the next week, traveling back to the vault, I had time to start logging the parts. I've assembled them here for future effort. Wow. Future effort has amounted to me spending several butt-numbing months trying to mess with this thing in the dark with the upper reactors on standby. There's only emergency lighting to work with. Then this heavy bastard is full of non-standard parts and ports from God knows where. No wonder they scrapped it. Well, that's it. My official professional opinion is, if it's a bucket, then fuck it. I'll leave it here for parts and student research. I think Sean Starr said he has a useful application for its hard drive. Marcus Evans, entry 4. Well, it's been several years since this lab thing showed up in the lab, and the other day a student mentioned that they had seen the eye plate glow red momentarily, then fade out. I decided to give a look inside, and there seems to be a set of semi-organic fibers connecting various plutonium cores, no larger than a centimeter in diameter. They look like little silver watch batteries inside the armor. Nowhere in Rossman's notes is there anything about this. They seem to be growing in a lifelike manner, with like crystals sprouting on a cave wall, but with purpose. I've never seen anything like it. After several weeks of monitoring the half-life of these little plutonium cores, I've concluded that the Alpha droid was once powered by something much larger than what we have here, and the microcores are simply for satellite power. Maybe after several years and some ingenuity far from beyond my own, Alpha will develop to a point he can restart his main chassis. In the meantime, I've rebuilt most of his systems and slaved the ones I understand to the main computer. A lot of his body seems to be made up of an amalgam of more primitive droids, like this old army sentry bot, but there are other pieces of what look like advanced power armor. It will remain here for further study by Sean Starr. Okay, that's even better. That's a companion. He's right there, and I can't... Hold on, let me check my aid. That'll give me plus 10. Oh, here we go. bump my science. I get my science another 10 points. Will that be enough, though? Let me take a look. 72. Okay, you know what? I actually probably bump that. That actually should give me enough to check out the situations? No. Ducting. Nope. Alright, let's see if I can reset that. Oh, wrong button. No. Shoot. Well, load. Luckily, I'm not too far off, so I can get back to that, no problem. Always save before you hit a computer. I should know better. Oh. Okay. Oh, no, okay. Repair with our parts. Rained. Wallet, that'll work. Okay. We already read this, so let's just start them up.
Updating files. Please.
So cute. I can't handle it. Okay, let's take a break, take a look around. Okay, rocks. Oh! Well, sup, Kira? I didn't realize that was your... This is your room. I'm surprised she hadn't fixed him yet. Alrighty then. Okay, I'll, whoops, loot those on my way back again. Okay. Items, aid, big books of science, Programmer's Digest. Okay, and then this time, save. There we go. Projection. Protection. Protecting? No. Protective? No. There we go. Production. Okay. Cityscape. Look around. Oh. Well, this is a game. Inventory. Peacekeeper, pulse pistol, drinking flask. Okay. That's not what I was expecting. Cyber Shock Alpha. Okay. That's not what I was hoping for. Okay. Well, you're going to be rebooting, so let's just let you go, and I guess I'll start heading towards... One sec. Data, quests... Oh, it says check out the robotics lab. That's what I just did. Do I need to do something more to check it out? Do I have to play Cybershock to unlock him? I don't know if I really feel like... Oh, well. Alright, so... You are in the standing in a vast, featureless cityscape. Skyscrapers stretch to the north, where clouds gather around an ominous citadel spire called Cyberdynamics Industries. An alleyway leads to an old robotics lab. I just realized it's hiding. There we go. An alleyway leads to an old robotics lab to the east. The road south leads into a bustling downtown. Hovercars drive into a car garage to the west, where a thin hacker named Hooligan stands like a glowing specter of electronic lights amid a crowd of gray-cloaked citizens in the dark. So I guess we'll head west first. There's a hacker wizard here, performing a show. Okay, let's take a look around. You're standing in the darkness of a humming car garage. Dust lingers around glowing green light tubes as parked cars rest quietly. A crowd of hooded strangers surrounded the only light, a red-haired wizard hacker named Hooligan, with glowing cybernetic gloves. His hands twirl into a sleigh of bright blue threads, turning empty space into electronic magic. The road is eastward, leaving the garage towards the infinite cityscape. Talk to Hooligan. Hooligan notices you out of the crowd of patrons and squints through the inky darkness. Sean Starr? Is that you? He says, gazing in amazement. The crowd murmurs and begins looking dour. Wow, I never thought I'd see you again. I guess no one did, being that you're dead and all. Hooligan hops down off a car he's using as a show stage and walks up to you. Without so much as a handshake, he starts checking your pockets. We all saw you fall into the vat of green goo. Better than being eaten by replicators, but damn. He stands back, annoyed. Well, I guess miracles don't come without setbacks. It looks like you dropped the atomizer core when you were attacked in Cyberdynamics. You better go back and get it. I worked out some ways of getting it from a primitive state to something more useful. With that, he walks away and says, Sorry folks, I had business. Back to the show, huh? Okay, so I need to go to Cyberdynamics to get something. And that was up north. Alright, I guess we'll go ahead and check north. Replicator Sam is here, crafting insidious devices. Alright, let's look around. You are in the towering citadel of Cyberdynamics Industries, a corporation that produces nano-devices and self-replicating machines. Storm clouds coil above the skyscraper, pelting you in the hexagonal flat zones with a torrential downpour. Beyond the main door is World City, a wide metropolis that stretches across the southern horizon and beyond to encompass the globe. Replicator Sam is here, spinning a web of nanoscopic building blocks to form new replicators that will soon terrorize the World City. A pulsing light between the piles of papers on the floor catches your eye. Investigate the blinking light. I found the primitive atom core, so I probably shouldn't mess with him yet, because I doubt we're ready. So let's head back to the east. Oh no, this is the old robotics lab. Let's look around anyway. You stand at the end of an alleyway, facing a grimy old robotics lab. The brick walls are dirty. A neon sign is swinging in the mist. The great steel doors are locked. The owner is nowhere to be found. A small cemetery of broken droids lies in the shadow of the city towers around you in the pouring rain. The main road is westward, heading into the great featureless cityscape. A malfunctioning droid totters aimlessly nearby. Despite some damage, its blue glowing photoreceptors glimmer in the pouring rain. Its technology may attract hungry replicators. There is a open waste bin nearby. Examine the waste bin. There is a waste bin once used to dematerialize faulty droids. Now empowered, like the rest of the empty city, bits of scrap metal litter the bottom. I don't know if I want to just kill that droid yet, so let's go back and go back west and talk to Hooligan. Hooligan checks his watch as the crowd slowly backs away, still locking eyes with him despite the show being over. He looks panicked. You hear him say, Look, guys, I know I couldn't keep it up forever, but replicators can appreciate that all. Good entertainers need a break, right? In a moment of hesitation, he sees you and yells, Sean, quick, toss me the atomizer. You toss the device to him, and like a shimmering blue star, it flies through the dark until it impacts his hands. The figures all whip off their coats, revealing humans that have been infested with replicator parts, controlling them like cyborg zombies. Hooligan does something to the device, then slams it into his pulse pistol. He rapidly fires at each replicator until all of them are dead. He pops the glowing device out of his gun as the last of them hits the dirt in a splash of metal and bloody shards. With a switch of his wrist, he tosses it to you. Here, take this to the weapons dealer downtown. He owes me a favor. Give him this note and he'll get it done. On my tab. Thanks for the last minute save, Agent Starr. Look for Hooligan. You return expecting to see Hooligan and get some answers. Unfortunately, all that's left of the garage is a ring of dead replicator cyborgs and their human husks slowly rotting in the darkness. Okay, let's go east. And that was south. There's a bar, a weapon shop, and towers here. Let's look around. You're standing in the dirty market square of the massive Sonetown area. English. Many of the shops and apartments are abandoned, and the citizens that can be seen speak in hushed voices, casting fervid glances at the darkened skyline of the distant north. The ringing of a pulse pistol breaks the silence as a huge man fires into the pile of steaming replicators. He is Bentis, the weapons dealer. The weapons dealer is here, killing any replicators that threaten the world city, for a price. A hacker named Mr. Gray is sitting at a Chinese roadside bar, drinking himself senseless. Okay, let's talk to the weapons dealer. The weapons dealer regards you gruffly, and is about to dismiss you when you produce the atomizer core from your bag. He sets his pulse pistol aside and twirls his mustache. Holy shit, that's it, he says, admiring the faceted device. We lost one of these in cyberdynamics before Replicator Sam ruined our plans to destroy the machines in their infancy. What would you be needing then? Following your careful instructions, the weapon dealer reforges your pulse pistol with the atomizer at the center of its power core. It glows blue and begins to power up. Go forth and do great deeds, free of charge for now. Let's see what the hacker has to say. Mr. Gray notices you approach and looks up from his swilling. Sean Starr, it's been a long time, he says, taking another drink. Never thought I'd see your face again. As you recover from the shock of hearing your name, you are told that this old anti-replicator agent has fled from his nearby robotics lab. When Replicator Sam assembled herself in cyberdynamics, the droids began acting strangely, so he shut off their wireless transmitter nodes and burned the rest with molecular acid, protecting his bastion of technology from harm. However, some of the droids escaped, fearing for their deactivation. If you could disable the last of the droids, he tells you, I'll give you the passcode, and you can help yourself to the vat of molecular acid, in case you need it to fight some of the worst replicators. Before you leave, he adds, Hey Sean, it's good to see you back in action. Give him hell. Okay, so I need to go north, go east, and use the pulse pistol, examine the waste bin. The sad little droid is sparking helplessly as the power source dies, your pulse pistol slowly cooling in its chest. Your pulse bolt. You notice its head is still transmitting data that the replicator may find attractive. You take it as it may prove useful. Okay. Back. South. Hacker. Well, hot damn, Sean, you did it. I never thought I'd get that place back under control. Maybe we'll beat Replicator Sam after all. He takes one last shot before whipping out his aged computer tablet, laughing. I'd say I'd help you, but I have my own battles to fight. Let me take that head. I'll reprogram its transmitter and lead as many of the replicators away from the tower as possible. May give you a fighting chance. With that, he hands you the passcode and departs into the falling rain. Alright, let's go north and east. Look around. You stand at the end of the alleyway. Door is open. Okay. Examine the lab. Dust motes hang lazily in shafts of colored lights stretching across the robotics lab, from neon lights beyond the rain-streaked windows. Millions of LED lights are covered in a fine mist like so many eyes. There is a very large vat of molecular acid. Oof, I'm getting tired. I'm going to have to call it after this. In the back room. Glowing green against the dark, all of the old droids in the shop watch you, cautiously shying away from the vat like frightened cats. There's more than enough molecular acid here to fill your flask, which just so happens to contain superconducting magnets to suspend the acid. You sacrifice the whiskey to carry the valuable plasma. Okay, let's go west. And I guess we'll go north now. Replicator Sam is here. Alright, let us use the atomizer ray on our replicator Sam the moment you enter the halls of cyberdynamics. The eyes of the replicators begin watching you. As you pull the atomizer from your belt, the bright blue core glows pierce the darkness with a spectral flare. The machines react like bugs to a flame. They swarm down on you and blot out all light. For a moment, the image of your weapon fades from view, devoured by shadows. But then, suddenly, the replicators explode into a fine mist of silver. Particles and lasers pierce the halls of cyberdynamics. You stand, slaying them by the thousands with a wave of your glowing hand. Replicator Sam bellows with hate and rushes towards you, firing death from her mighty clawed hand. You manage to fend off the attackers just in time to get a single shot off at Sam. The blast rips through her glowing teeth and out the back of her robotic brains. The fiber optic hair in her head pulses. Her eyes grow wild. Then, as if in a moment of human helplessness, she looks at you once before pathetically falling into a puddle of metal fragments. You coolly walk back out of Cyberdynamics' entryway, back into the light rain of the world city, as the ceiling and walls begin to collapse behind you. The end. Alpha Droid system rebooting. Victory. Thanks for playing. Game over. Okay. And he's moving. Okay. Well, that was exciting. Not really. I mean, luckily games like that tend to, especially, it was very similarly written to the Grottanak, where go to the person you're supposed to attack, pick up an item, go back, have somebody upgrade it, go grab some other stuff. Though I didn't need the acid from what I could tell. Where's that going to take me? Ah, the main entrance. Oh. Old world photo of... Oh. Senator Skulls. Okay, so those are old photos of people. I don't know if I want to steal those or not. Oops. Carton of cigarettes, those are always nice. Oh. Clothing! Haha! Relaxed wear. Yeah, dirty clothes. Okay. I'm interested to see how they animate this, because it's different. Oh, wall safe. A stray laser shot appears to have melted one of the door hinges. Alright. Actually, speaking of, I've got a couple perks. Let's see. Perks. Vault-Tec 1. +5 repair and science. Nice. Vault-Tec 2. +5 repair and science. Neat. +1 perception. The Wayseer. +1 perception survival. Nerd superstar. Yep, that's okay. 4 eyes. Cool. Alrighty then. Well, now that I have actually accomplished... I have actually managed to clear the tutorial, it seems. So now let's head... Whoops. Let's close that. I guess the last thing I can try and do is... investigate the tier 3. I'd probably do that at my computer, maybe? My computer back at the, on the main floor? Oh, in my room? Let's give that a shot. Going down. I love they actually open that up so you can see it moving. That is so cool. Thunk, 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 thunk. That's not what we wanted. Okay.
Long night in the computer lab. You sure spend a lot of time in there. You're having fun.
Okay. Let's check the local map. Alright, so let's head downstairs, head to my apartment. Falling rocks. I mean, that can be. Oops. Actually, I'm curious.
Wish we could go outside the vault. When I was a kid, they used to.
Now they got the upper apartments. I wonder if there's the actual presidential. Q. Okay, that's a school. Accessible, inaccessible. Yeah, nice view of the cave. Nothing too exciting. Pool? Oh, yes. Radiated pool. Well, that's... That's not kosher. No, bathrooms. Bathrooms, okay. Why would you have a radiated pool in a vault? You would think that would actually be cleared. Okay. So I have no clue where the actual presidential suite is. The atrium. I haven't been here. This is different. That doesn't sound good. Oh, yep.
I wish we could go outside the vault. When I was a kid, they used to let us out to watch the sunrise. Now it always feels like we're hiding.
Well, we are. Okay. Well, I guess let's head back. Let's head downstairs. I said I was gonna go to bed, and I'm still. But I want to explore. I want to. There's so much hidden in the entry, you know, just this intro area, and it is so dense. Which I can see why they're trying to lore pack for their area. But man, that is tough to get through.
Hey, welcome back.
Okay. Okay. I can't remember if I read these or not. Oops.
Yay!
Someone's actually out there. For you. Oh my, I'm Ane. Nice to meet you, Verblundy. Wow, I thought this site was dead. I'm the Vault's computer engineer. What is this? You mean Wasted Girls? It's this website I made to connect lonely, science-y girls like me to their soulmates across the internet. Like a dating thing. But how'd you find it? If I was a girl, would you still talk to me? Oh, I don't care. Company's company. I've never met a Vault Dweller before. How do you have a dating service when the whole computer network is blown to hell? Oh, this is a new thing. It's not pre-war tech. It's stuff the NCR built. You must be out in the frontier somewhere. Oh, so the NCR is building a computer network along these old server lines? Yeah, and it's open to the public. Super cool, huh? I'm on the frontier like you, but you seem nice. I'd love to get to know you better. Say, maybe you can help me out. I'm looking for a place called Brazil. You're looking for Brazil in Southern California? You might be a little off track. Haha, thanks, Smarty Pants, but this is different. This is a big underground paradise. Like a vault, I guess. But it's supposed to house untold treasures of great power and a gateway to another world. Why did you call it Brazil, if it has nothing to do with the country? Dude, really? It's because the country of Brazil was a vacation paradise where people dreamed of living. It makes us feel better to call it paradise than giant nightmarish hole in the ground. Duh. Okay, I get it. Let's get back to this site. How does it work? Or, okay, I get it. Let's get back to this site. Is this using the old Cat 5 line or my SATCOM? Well, if you're using the Vault 18 connections, then you're part of the same network as we all are. Vault-Tec seems to have built millions of miles of these all across the globe. Most are destroyed, but with the NCR building up our infrastructure, we're doing just fine. Okay, why don't we start with music? What do you like to listen to? I overplay NCR radio, the situation called Death 981. They play new metal and rock from before the war. Thought that rock music was banned by the government before the war, like with jail time. Well, it was. The cops in prison rock stars like Bowie and Holly. But a lot of what Death 981 plays. Vault 5 was experimental, so they had tons of rock music like Rat or Rar Blam Dawn. It drove a lot of Vault 5's inhabitants insane, and they emerged as raiders a few years ago. Those names were awesome. We're stuck with old people music out here. Well, I had a scary run-in with some bad guys tonight. If I need to, how do I reach you? Head out the Long 15. Union City is the very edge of NCR territory, before the Dune Sea begins. NCR has made LA mostly safe, but it's ruled by gangs of politicians. I-15 is covered in really bad guys. Raiders, number thousands. It's flipping way too quickly. It's crazy. Well, how can we get closer without risking our lives? Well, can I ask you some stuff too? Sure. Where did you get your Scream name? It's cute. It's family name. Kinda. At least, so we were tribe kids. I'm sorry, my dad died when I was 18. It was sad. I'm sorry, how did he die? It was a long time ago. I don't like talking about it. I never really knew my mom. She was a real bitch and left as soon as I was born. Well, that sucks, but it gives us something in common, right? Yeah, I guess so. And you like stars, right? Like the Orion constellation? Yeah, I got it from the name of a tribe out here. They misspelled everything. I'd love to have a friend on the outside world. I don't know if I'll ever see it. I can understand that. I lost all my friends a long time ago. Everyone except Jerry. I'd like to come visit your vault sometime. Do you think it's possible? I'm kind of shy. I've never heard of it. But I'd like to discover more about you. Haha, you're cute, lol, and smart. We should chat some more. I have time. Okay, now I'm... Are you sure you're not an Enclave spy? No? Because that is exactly what an Enclave spy would say. Well, I'm not an Enclave spy. Not exactly their friend, either. If you ever need help, you can come visit me. The Enclave are really scary, and there's rumors that 2 of them are looking for an old vault out here. Are you okay? Look, whoever you are, just stay away from my home. Oh, well, okay. I'm sorry if I scared you. Are you okay? If you're having trouble with the Enclave, maybe I can help you? No, in fact, I'm shutting this terminal down. Look, just be careful, right? If the Enclave know where you are, then you're probably already inside.
Hey, it's our hero! Great work out there. You were fantastic.
Yeah, sorry we missed it, man. We had a game going on tonight.
Hey man, have you seen my engineering?
Everyone seems kind of worried about you tonight. What's going on, man?
You mean my dad's worried, and you're following up on that chat you two just had. Don't pretend like you don't know what I'm talking about. Listen, I don't want to help establish the fault drama any more than I already have by talking about this. Just let it go.
Alright. You aren't going to talk about the game?
No, I don't care.
Vault Ball is stupid. I really couldn't care less, honestly.
Alright. Take care.
Will do.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Yeah, man.
We're just weeks. Alright, I already talked to this one.
Coach Brown. What
Okay, I remember. I already
Was it
talked.
great? I'm sorry about missing your big game, but heck. Oh, really? I'll make it up to you somehow.
Where'd you get the guitar? Yeah, sure. Can't wait till tomorrow, though.
Ooh, yes I.
I forget.
Oh. Yeah, he's playing robots with Sean and me. Normally, he sleeps at the Overseer's house, but he's been feeling like homesick. Jason is close to his adopted dad, but he's still one of our brothers.
Alright, so I've now done everything I can before going to bed. That is the entire science side of the intro to Fallout New California. And it only took me 3-4 hours to do, plus one restart, because you have to put all of your skill points into science. Otherwise, you can't do it.
The players already have a huge advantage in high health and custom stats.
Okay, I'm just gonna go ahead and...
But in real life, an 800-watt laser blast would burn a hole right through.
go to bed, it is saving, and I'm going to just end the prequel. I am not going to rebuild my character, because last time I did that, it crashed, and the prologue. Everyone's unconscious! I leveled up! Okay. Put some points in that. So I have a feeling I'm going to need it. Oh, okay, that's me. That was kind of weird. Was not expecting that. Alright.
Now you boys play this one real close to the vest, and the Overseer won't know what hit him. The time for our revolution is at hand.
We just got word from the President. We have to make our move tonight.
John Henry has a real sense of timing, don't he? How long do we have?
A little over 48 hours. We have to secure the data on the Vault's mainframe and terminate Project Brazil. Then we're to report to Raven Rock.
That's a hell of a tall order. We just barely got these Patriots whipped into form. I think I can sell our hardliners on doing the job, but not all of them.
We don't have a choice.
I know. We'll have to pull the trigger.
I'll order Tara Mason to rig the charges on the upstairs transformer. That should buy you the time to rally our forces and confront the Overseer.
Good. It'll be a rude awakening for our newest recruits.
You're not going to warn them?
No. They haven't been fully initiated into the Patriot program. If they're really Enclave material, they'll fall in line after the first shots are fired.
That's a long call.
You have your orders, Lieutenant. Carry them out.
Of course.
You soldiers hear that? The word came down from on high. America shall rise again tonight. I want this vault under Enclave control by morning. Round up the parasites and ingrates that have crippled this facility and herd them into the gym. Start with those barbarians you beat last night. Move out!
Yeah, that's about what I expected.
Mason, ignite the charges.
Get down.
Yep. About what I expected. About. Oh! Ow! Really? My head hurts. Well, that's a hell of a start. Sadly, I think I'm out of... Yep. Oh no. Shit, now I'm pissed. They killed my sister. Oh god, and Sean too. Oh hell. Oh, of course, because we were right next to those generators. Yep, broken. Virus detected. Ugh. Oh no. Alright, well, next time we will try and fight back the Enclave, I guess. Thank you all for stopping in. Make sure to like and subscribe. That way we can try and, you know, comment. Let me know what you're thinking. You know, if you're enjoying this, if you think if I'm too long-winded, go ahead, you know, skip the terminals, just get to the action, or if you actually like learning about the lore of this mod. Hope to hear from you all. Oh, God, I hate having head injuries. Take care of yourselves, and hope you have a wonderful day.